Very, very good afternoon. It's really a wonderful feeling to be here again for the fifth session of Supply Chain and Logistics Conclave 2026. And I once again congratulate the team marksmen, which is really making a mark and consistently organizing such conversation around logistics, around supply chain. I really appreciate them, and also for selecting a very thoughtful subject, moving from control towers to decision engines, and I think, deliberately leaving a next stage, which we may anticipate. I think sometimes I have a feeling, when looking back, looking into the present and also a bit of future, we were probably better before, right? When the technology was much less and things were moving at a very mild pace, and we were living a very, very peaceful, comfortable life. Things were more decentralized, I would say. There were no controls as such. There were definitely kind of some calls, maybe some inspections. I mean, I'm talking of 25 years maybe before, or maybe 30. Right? We have seen these times and these things rapidly changing, in terms of the speed, in terms of the nature as well. And probably this has been hugely facilitated by the development in the ICT sector, which has made the communication, very, you can say fast, right? And that has also led to probably greater controlling tendency and also compromise decentralization or compromise autonomy at the field levels or maybe at the fringes of the organization. And I think this was probably happening, maybe for good and the bad reason equally, because we have been having a feeling that intelligence is centralized and anything which has to be done in a particular organization has to happen with the best intelligence, right? And the best decision can be taken with the best intelligence. So the intelligence, while was not decentralized, the action was. And with a hyper communication situation, we were tending to, kind of pull the things towards the center, and therefore we have created a lot of situation of control towers. I think now the situation is changing and changing very fast, because now even the intelligence is decentralized. Intelligence has gone beyond individuals, and it is not average or below average intelligence. It is kind of a hyper intelligence in a way, or maybe the high level of intelligence which is available or which can be made available at the farthest point in any organization or in any geography. And as a result, we can think about decentralizing decision making, just not creating decision engines, but adding intelligence to it, and then we can make the field units or the fringes, the last person in the organization, farthest place individual in the organization, can be, taking the decision in a most autonomous way. And you can understand, I'm talking about artificial intelligence, right? With advent of intelligence, in presence of the very efficient communication channels, you are having autonomous situation in the organization. So I think the next stage beyond the control towers and decision engines is the autonomous supply chain situation. And this is going to be, I'm sure, in a big way, facilitated by the development which are taking place in the artificial intelligence. And I think we are also not lagging much far behind in that, at least in adoption. And further development which we are definitely witnessing is development of AI agents. And probably we would be having a kind of AI agent present or associated with most of the human being present in the organization, and they would be definitely assisting or maybe sometimes substituting the human being as well, and maybe turning out to be a better substitute of the human being. So that's a big challenge to us, how to keep the human being as well and keep the jobs available for the humanity, right, for all of us, and also to make best use of artificial intelligence in the most cautious manner. I mean, as far as we are concerned, I think India has a unique position or at a unique stage where we have almost, I can say, a huge opportunity to grow in terms of our GDP, in terms of the economic growth. We have a humongous amount of abilities, talent, infrastructure, right, and huge manufacturing ability as well, which has been further supplemented by the agriculture sector as well. So we have almost everything, every ingredient to which can enable us to move on a faster track as far as economic development of ours is concerned. And especially looking at the supply chains and the logistics, I think in this sector we are, if I am to say the government, we are definitely doing everything. And it is not like that only government is doing, the industry, the private sector is definitely even doing greater than what government can actually do. And as a result which has been of this government for the last couple of years, that the business of the government is not to do business, in fact to enable business and a better business in the country. So we have had lots of initiative in form of ease of doing business or national logistics policy or the PM Gati Shakti, enabling a very rapid development of quality infrastructure in the country, and the PLI encouraging manufacturing and the quality manufacturing in the country, inviting lots of investment, which has paid good dividends in course of time, last couple of years. So everything is happening. Further, I think we'll have to even avail to a greater extent the latest technologies, and also kind of undertake that, or maybe undergo that mindset change. Think about that mindset change. And when I say mindset change, I actually am trying to indicate at let's make the best product. Just work on the quality, and why we should be just looking at importing things, assembling things, and tending to export. Why can't we do or produce ourselves the best quality product here itself, and kind of reduce our exports in terms of the dominance of the primary exports, right? Primary goods or the primary services we are largely exporting. Why don't we be in a position to export the value-added services, value-added products or the goods? And for that, you again have to invest yourself and invest your resources into research and development. And I would say research for development, in fact. So that can help us have our own patents, have our own technology. Otherwise, we are depending most of the time on the foreign technology or the technical know-how. I think that's the appeal I would like to make to all of you. And two more things if I am to suggest. I think there are big players in every sector, so is in the supply chain sector as well. Now, big and dominant players have a bounden obligation to lead that sector as well. So let's do a kind of an introspection and understand, if we are dominating the sector, are we also leading that particular sector? And leading in terms of encouraging innovations, undertaking a greater investment in the research and development, creating a quality product. And I think with this, there would be a big change in the global perception about India and Indian economy or the products of India. And I think with this, I would just close here. And if you have any questions, or you requested also about railways. I'll extend my speech for this. As I said, government is doing a lot in terms of giving that resilience to the supply chains in the country, and also to reduce logistics cost, besides increasing the efficiency in the logistics sector. Indian Railways in particular has undertaken huge reforms. Yesterday only there was a second tranche of reforms which were launched by our Honorable Minister, and hitherto we have undertaken 17 reforms. And of these 17 reforms, I can tell you about 12 are relating to the marketing, 12 are related to the business model as such, the freight rate structure, or the quality of services for the passengers. And if I am to talk particularly about the freight rate structure, we are undergoing a major overhaul. And we have also seen wonderful results. The major change which we are undertaking is that with a view to enhance the modal share of railways and also to reduce the logistics cost. At present, we have around 26 to 27% as the modal share in the transport kitty in India. And of that, we are looking at least 35 to 40% in maybe next decade. For doing this thing, what we have done is we have drastically reduced the freight rates for the short lead traffic, that is up to 500 kilometers. And the reduction is as much as 25 to 30%. And this has not caused any loss of revenue to us. Instead, it has helped us in enhancing the revenue and the tonnage in the range of 25 to 100%, right? And this we have witnessed just during last 3 months, right? And in particular, if I'm to talk the commodities or the sectors where we have witnessed this change, this is the bulk cement transportation in containers, then automobile transportation by railways, and then salt transportation by railways. These sectors have witnessed almost 30 to 40% growth in terms of the tonnage. And yesterday we have launched the similar reforms in the sectors like food, fertilizer, and the fly ash, and also the petroleum sector. So these reforms are much different and a much greater deviation from the existing, the conventional freight structure of railways, which is considered to be very complex, irrational maybe to an extent, archaic, non-responsive, and whatnot. All kinds of criticism have been there. We are trying to address every such criticism relating to the freight rate and the passenger fare structure of the railways. And I hope you all would be able to make good out of it and avail it to the max. Thank you very much once again, and thanks for having me here in the midst of all of you. Thank you.